Hi guys, this is Diane of Minimize to Maximize. Welcome to my channel where we explore how to minimize clutter and how to maximize life. And today is about old-fashioned, modern, minimalist kitchen. This kitchen, that's my kitchen. It's modern and minimalist because that's what I thrived or aim at, but it's modern mostly because the kitchen looks like this, and this is how the kitchen was when I moved in. We did not do anything to it, so it has a lot of white, stainless steel. It's a rather more recent look to the kitchen, but it's not because you have a modern looking kitchen that it's necessarily a minimalist one or an old-fashioned one, as a matter of fact. But I want to show you what makes my kitchen minimalist, modern, but also old-fashioned in quite a few ways that may not be so common to see in the Western world, especially here in the US. So there are about like 14 different areas that I can show you, and I'm going to make you travel. I'm going to pick up this camera and we're going to move together. So number one, dishware. All right, let's check out the dishware here in my cupboard. And in here you see basically plates. Hopefully the light is good. I have one glass up there, basically 6 plates and 5 bowls. There was 6 bowls, but I broke one of them. So we are 3 people living in the house, and so we have 2 plates and 2 bowls per person. And that's it for the dishware. And we also need cutlery, which if you've seen here, we have also 2 per person. So 2 spoons, 2 forks, 2 knives. And then I have the little, like chopsticks and little bits and pieces, which all fit into this one drawer. And that's really enough. So this is the dishware portion of this video. Now you may be interested to see more about my cookware. And I have a little bit more than what would be considered extreme minimalism. But in this area right here, I do have my pots and pans, and the rest is actually in the fridge where it has my leftovers from yesterday. So I think we have about 4 pots with lid, and I also have things for the oven, and so I got 2 glass oven dishes. And I got a couple, they're very heavy, cast iron pans. These are the only pans that I have, a little one and a big one. And that's enough for our family of 3. That's really plenty. So that's for cooking. And in here we do have the mixing bowls. I have maybe 3 mixing bowls. And a sieve, things for grating your vegetables and all of that good stuff. And for cookware still, these are basically all the things that I use for cooking, for mixing. And frankly, a lot of this could be decluttered, because what is really essential in cooking is this: some kind of a spoon or a spatula or something to mix, a rather big one, a very good knife for chopping things. This bread knife has been with me for years, and I use it to chop everything, including vegetables. It's super, super good. I think a pair of scissors is very helpful. And we have a fair amount of soups, so a big ladle is super helpful. And as you can see here, that's all I have. And a lot of these little things are not necessarily essential. They're useful, but if there were to break down and disappear or whatever, I'm not too sure I would replace them. Same thing with ice cream scoop. I mean, any kind of spoon would work. Not as well, but good enough. So I think this is it for the cookware. Oop. All right, this is my first time, I think, moving my camera so much, so bear with me about the lighting. I'm trying to do my best here. So we looked at dishware, cookware. The other thing I want to show you is appliances. So the house came with a microwave, with this giant oven, 5 gas burner, gas stove. The broiler is at the bottom. And it came with this gigantic stainless steel fridge, which is way too big for us. And I'll show you what's inside, and you're going to be quite surprised about what I put in there. More about it later. In terms of the appliances that I do, that I brought into the house and that I use regularly, it's going to be this Instant Pot and this handheld mixer. And that's it. I don't have anything else in terms of appliances, electric appliances for cooking in my kitchen. What we do use every day, twice a day, is the stove, because we cook everything from scratch almost. So that is the most useful part of the entire kitchen, that and the kitchen counter area. All right, number 4, I want to show you my kitchen and cleaning linen drawer. So everything related to any kind of dish towel, napkin, sponges, all of this, I put in this one drawer. And so there's no closet. Oops, lost you. So there is no closet or shelf anywhere else. Everything that's kitchen and cleaning related is here. And that's really plenty, because I clean all my linen once a week. That's laundry day. It's usually Friday night or Saturday, depending on how busy we are. And all of this gets, well, not all of this, but whatever's been used gets cleaned, and then it's ready again. So this quantity is more than enough. Okay, what else is minimalist here and modern at the same time? Oop, I got the wrong. Okay, yes, I want to show you what is kind of modern, because I don't think our ancestors, our grandparents, our great-grandparents used to do that. I don't think they used to do lunch boxes in general, eating out at a restaurant and having a to-go box. I don't think they necessarily ate outside of the house and had a need for lunch boxes. But my husband and I and my son, we often eat our lunches at work or at school for my son. And so you need, in this modern world that I live in, I need some kind of to-go boxes in general. And so we have these kinds of glass to-go boxes, and that's for me and my husband. But my son has more, like he has a bit of plastic, he's got silicone, and he's got a stainless steel container that keeps warm food in, because the school does provide food for lunch for the kids, but I would not consider it food myself. So my husband and I will make sure that our son has some proper nutrition and balanced meals as well. So lunch boxes is kind of unique. for us here in the US. Like everybody has a to-go box, or people tend to eat out for their lunches or have a sandwich. But I grew up old-fashioned in the sense that I eat a real meal for my lunch. Usually it's hot. Usually it has protein. It has vegetables, and it has some kind of carbs. That's how I roll for lunch for me and my family. Number 6, super old-fashioned in my pantry, and it is what you see up there: dry goods. This this is not something I see very often. I make sure that I have a wide supply of dry goods. So in there you will find lentils, you will find beans, you will find chickpeas, you will find also some grains like rice. I have pasta, I have flour, I have millet, I have different kinds of sweet peas, split peas, all kinds of dry goods. And that's a little bit old-fashioned, because our great-grandparents, they used to store their grains and legumes, if they had any. They would store it in their cellar or in bags or in barrels or whatever kind of container existed before plastic and canned goods. And so like every month or every 2 months, I go to a special store that sells bulk dry goods. And this is how I get a lot of my legumes and grains, as well as things like you can do sugar. They have the cereals, they have coffee, and they also have all kinds of candy stuff, bulk, which we do get sometimes. So this section will keep my family fed for a long time, but I know exactly what's in each and every one of them, and I can feel. Let's see if I can recognize. Okay, if I touch what's inside, I know this is split peas is in there. I know this is chickpeas. I can feel it, but I can open the bag, or you can just write down the name of each ingredient in it, of course, but I know what's in it, and that's how I roll. And I feel very good about this pantry because I don't have any plastic in it, and it feels really good, except for up there, that bag of sugar right there. That came in plastic at my local store. I didn't have any option to buy in paper, in cardboard, in glass, or in cloth. So I had to go with a plastic. And down here is actually everything that I need to season my food. So it's got the oil section, it's got the vinegar, salt and pepper, a little bit of spices, some herbs, and my coffee is in there. Yes, that's essentially it. And as you can see, it's mostly in glass or in paper. These two things, I think that's cinnamon and pepper, they came in plastic containers. I couldn't get them in glass. Sometimes if the price is pretty ridiculous to have, like a little bit of salt in glass jar or some spice in glass jar, and you have to pay $10 for it. Sometimes I go ahead and I buy the bigger version in plastic. I feel a bit bad, but what can I say? This is the world that I live in. And I'm sorry for the noise. I think my heater is on. So that's the pantry section, pretty old-fashioned. Let's see from my list what I have. Next on the list, number 7, is this guy. This is my compost bin, which I've had for a few years. This is just made out of metal. It's a stainless steel, and every scrap peel or anything, even like bones, I would put in there. And this would go feed my garden. And the worms love it, and the worms make a very good soil for me. So I do not put food in a trash can ever. It Anything that's leftover trash would end up in the compost bin, and that's quite old-fashioned because our grandparents, great grandparents, who all had a little garden, they would not just throw the vegetable scraps or fruit scraps and peels away. Oftentimes they would use it. And if they wouldn't use it, they would feed it to their chickens. They would feed it to their soil, and it would help the soil replenish. So that's I love it. It takes no time at all. Once a week, my husband puts the compost in the garden, and easy peasy. Number 8 of something that is quite old-fashioned and minimalist. I don't know if you consider it modern, but it would be glassware in general and mason jars. I am quite loving mason jars, but any kind of glass jar would work. And in this area where I put all my containers, you will see I have some of these large glass jars and little ones. And we use this for to drink our tea, to put some leftover food, to have a little on-the-go trail mix. Those are really, really useful. And for any kind of homestead, either food prepping, or if you want to pickle anything, if you want to ferment anything, glass jar are super helpful to do that. And I'm quite a big fan of mason jars, which don't seem to exist really in Europe, but here in the US, they are pretty common and very easy to find at any kind of local store. But then again, if you go to the supermarket, you buy a glass, something like an olive container or a sauce container that has made out of glass, you can reuse it as long as the seal is not rusty or broken. It will make an easy container. It could make nice drinking glasses as well. Those are so versatile, and yeah, I have a few of them. I used to have a lot more, but I decluttered a lot of them. But now that it's the spring and I'm getting ready to forage and to harvest some herbs and some greens in my local area, I am starting to collect a few more glass jars for that purpose specifically. Number 9, I want to point out to the fact that I don't have any paper goods for the kitchen. No paper towels, no paper napkins, no paper plates, no paper cups, nothing at all. I use real linen, and I use real plates or reusable plates. And I'm going to show you that section later. That is, I would say, quite old-fashioned, because I know a lot of people who have paper napkins and paper towels like it's a normal thing. But in my world, it is completely unnecessary. And I'd rather use linen, put it in the wash at the end of the week, and then I get to use it again and again and again. And it makes me feel really good to not throw something away that comes from trees. Paper comes from trees, and there's a whole industry of paper mills and paper production and cardboard production that comes with its own pollution and unnecessary products. Like a lot of it we really don't need. They're convenient, but they are not necessarily essential, in my humble opinion. Don't shoot me, please. Number 10, same thing, is minimal plastic. You saw in my pantry, I don't have too much. And I want to, I do have some plastic, but I try to not use too much of it, or to not bring plastic into my house. But still, some foods you try your best. You do the you walk the outer aisles of your supermarket, where you get all the loose fruits and vegetables, but still some of them come in plastic. Some of your cabbage, some of your lettuce, some of your even oranges will come in those plastic nets. And yeah, so the way I reduce my plastic content is really when I shop. It's really there. And also being mindful about what I buy online, which these days is almost nothing. I'll do a video on Amazon shopping. Okay, number 11, herbal teas. I want to show you this very old-fashioned herbal tea drawer right there. And all the teas that I have in there, almost all of them, oops, I actually foraged in my local area. And most of them have a lot of properties, not just medicinal, but also with nutritional content. So, for example, this one is very used in my home. It's called Feverfew, and both my son and husband are subject to headaches. We live in a very dry climate, so that and any kind of computer work can be triggering for them. And this really helps to open the blood flow around the brain area. But I have things for digestion, I have things for the nervous system, I have things for coughs, all kinds of old-fashioned medicine that comes from my area. I have bought a few of the herbs too, but basically I don't buy herbal teas. I harvest, I dry it, and I use it. So I think our great-grandparents, maybe great-great-grandparents, used to do that also. This would be their main source of additional nutrition, especially in the winter, dry goods, dry herbs, but also for illnesses and health boosting abilities that the herbs have. Number 12, it's time to show you the fridge. This monstrous of a fridge, giant, way too big for 3 people. But what's in it for us? It's not too much. So I keep the fridge mostly for fresh fruits and vegetables. So I don't like fresh fruits and vegetables right now. They are right here. Loose, as you can see, not packaged whenever possible. Here I have my leftover food. I have a little bit of cheese. In the back is some mushroom powder. And here we have a bit of sauces, a few condiments, some butter. Not much going on here. As you can see, it is mostly empty. Because I want to eat fresh. So every week I'm going to go get some new fresh produce, and I'm going to cook it from scratch. It's telling me to close the door. But the part that's definitely not minimalist, it's going to be this area. and you're like, what on earth is this? And it does look like I'm an alcoholic, but I'm not. As you can see, this is basically for vodka, and all of these are tinctures. I'm going to close the door. They are tinctures, which are basically alcohol, like herbs and medicinal herbs that have been steeped in alcohol, in this case vodka, and they have a very strong content of the medicinal properties. The alcohol broke the cellular membrane, and you just get a few drops of it. It's not like you have a shot of that tincture, but this is basically my medicine cabinet. Don't really have any other medicine besides painkiller. This is really what we go to when we need some things for our skin. I have some ointments that I made, and yes, but this is definitely not minimalist, but it's definitely old-fashioned. And I made too much last year. I made way too much, and I cannot finish this. It's been like, yes. So this part is definitely not minimalist, but it's fun. It's fun to make your own medicine. Thankfully, we don't need to use it too much. All right, what else do I have here in my list? I have completely lost my list. Let me get back to my list. Okay, I talked about my fridge and the fresh ingredients. Oh yeah, in the fridge, that's my number 14, and then I'm done. In my fridge, because I have so much space in it, in here, up there, I have my seeds. So my seeds are hibernating in my fridge because I have all the space, so I may as well. And bit by bit, I am planting them and hoping to grow a bit of a vegetable garden this year. So there you go, guys. You have seen my modern, old-fashioned, minimalist kitchen. And what do you think? What do you think? And how does yours look like? I haven't opened all the cabinets and all that, but there's more food up there. And there's some supplements here, which I guess I can show you. Why not? So this section is definitely not old-fashioned. It's kind of a modern thing to have supplements. There could be a reason for that. Do I have too many? Absolutely. They're the results of different treatments that I've done to improve my health. And up there, this is my party supplies. There are plastic cups and plates up there and a few additional water bottles. And that's because I love to have people over and have potlucks and have all kinds of fun going on. We like to go picnic, we like to go camping. And so these reusable plastic plates and cups we use when we have more people, and it's definitely not an everyday thing, but it's good to have for us and our lifestyle because we like to entertain also. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know what you think and how is your minimalist kitchen. Would you consider it to be old-fashioned? Would you consider it to be modern? Or both? Yes, and thank you very much for following. I hope you got some ideas out of this kitchen. What is very easy to do for maintaining your kitchen space is really to clear those counters. I just have a little bit of some fruits up there for color, but everything else I like to store away. Unfortunately, this Instant Pot does not fit in any of my cabinets because it's too big. But that little handheld mixer I'm going to put back in the cabinets, which makes your kitchen space more easy to clean. and to keep this minimalist modern look as much as you can. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.